Alright, continuing on from the last video. So I just need to make sure this arm is straight as well. So what I'm going to do is, I'm already in the scale, so I'm going to hold D for the pivot thing, and I'm just going to click and have it, make sure it runs down this chain like so. And that's about right. And then I'm just going to kind of scale it like so, and that should be good. Okay, go back in object mode. Okay. I'm gonna turn the model back on. Now what you're gonna notice is, more than likely, is you're gonna see like your stuff is sort of off. So you can see this is kind of off now, because it kind of got bent this way. I forgot to bend it the other direction as well. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm just gonna manually rotate it a little bit. Okay, and then we're just gonna move it a little bit like that, and that looks okay. I'm gonna look at this one, and I'm just going to grab these verts, and I am going to rotate it a little this way and move it up and over a little bit. Okay, good. And these ones should be fine. All right. So now that's what I'm going to use as my sort of placeholder in order to draw my joints. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to rigging, and here's the joint tool. Also, it probably makes sense to actually be in rigging. I'm going to go to the joint tool, or you just go to skeleton, create joints, and here we go. So in order to make this work, so I'm going to start again with the leg here. I'm going to hold V for point snap, and I'm going to click and drag it right there. Okay, you can see there it is. Now one of the things that you may have, oops, okay, let's undo that. Okay. Wide rigging tool back up. So I'm gonna hold V, boom, there's one, and then I'm gonna hold V, and boom, there's two, and I'm gonna hold V, and boom. Make sure you're on the point that you drew and not on something else. And then I'm gonna hold V, and boom. And then lastly, I forgot to draw it with the curve because it should have been drawn with the curve. Is I am going to draw the toe here, so I'm gonna hold V. Actually, yeah, it's a little bit off. V and point snap. Ugh, see, that bugs me. Let's see here. I guess I'm just gonna manually do it from above. I'm gonna hit 4 for wireframe. And what those will do, so I can kind of see where the pattern is, I'm going to put it right about here. Now the reason to do it above is that it will automatically draw it on the plane that I'm already at. So for instance, if I draw it from this side, you'll see that it's going to follow this plane. So you'll see it's actually straight with this. So that's why I did it like that. Okay, enter, great. So we're going to call that a knee, all right, or a leg. So now what I need to do before I do anything else is to go through and just rename these. Okay, we can do it in a bunch of different ways, but I'm just going to do it now. So it's best to have some sort of naming convention while you're doing this. So I'm going to just call this one hip underscore L underscore JNT. Alright, and then I'm just going to push the down. After I hit enter, I'll push the down arrow because that'll move up and down. I can use the arrow keys. I'm going to go down, double click on this. We're going to call this knee underscore L underscore JNT. Alright, just push the down arrow. Okay. Hey, that's not what I wanted. Okay, and then this will be ankle underscore L underscore JNT, and then down. And we're going to call this ball underscore L underscore JNT. And down the bottom here, and we're just going to call this toe underscore L underscore END. The reason we're calling END is because we're actually not going to bind this to the skeleton or to the mesh. It's just there in order to, the only reason we even make it, and if it was a game model, this one actually wouldn't even exist, we wouldn't use it, is because it helps direct this towards it. Okay, so that's the reason why that's there. All right, so that's good. Next what we'll do is, I'll just do the arm. So I'll just hit Y to bring up the last tool, which was the joint tool. And again, I'm going to hold V for point snap. Boom. boom, boom, boom. Oops. Hit backspace. Hold V. Good. There we go. All right. Enter. So this will be clavicle underscore L underscore JNT. Boom. And this will be arm, or sorry, shoulder underscore L underscore JNT. And this will be elbow underscore L underscore JNT. And wrist underscore L underscore JNT. All right, and we're gonna do the hand in a bit here, but for now we'll just do this next one here. So I'm just gonna hit Y to bring up my tool again, and I'll hold V for point snap. Boom, 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 and I'm just gonna go right up to the next one here. We're gonna go holding V still. Boom, boom, and ba-boom. Beautiful. All right. So we're gonna call this spine underscore, or I should call it spine 01 underscore L underscore JNT. I'm gonna hit the down arrow, and actually I'm gonna hit the up arrow again. I'm just gonna copy this. That way I don't gotta write the whole thing each time. Enter, move up, down. Sorry, move down, and Command V, and just call this one number 2. Okay, down, and Command V, and call this one number 3. Okay, down, Command V, call this one number 4. Boom. Command V, this is number 5. I know it's annoying to name things, but it's really important, because if something goes awry, you'll know why. Alright, 7. Or you can search for things, I guess is what I'm getting at. This will be number 8. Come on, baby. 8. Okay. And then we'll have the head here. And so this will be the neck underscore L underscore JNT. And this will be the head underscore L underscore JNT. And then we'll go to the top here. And I am just going to write head again, not hand, head underscore L underscore END. Okay, so. All right, good. So we got those pieces done. Next is to do some of the other stuff that needs to be completed. So, for instance, I need a root joint and a hips override joint. So actually, this first one, actually we'll leave that there. What I'm going to do is do this. I'm going to go back and draw another joint here. I'm going to hold V to point snap. I'm going to put it next to it. If I put it on it, it's just going to select it. So if I put it next to it, though, like I clicked right there, it shows up right there. So we're going to call this the root underscore JNT. All right. Did I put L in these? Because there should not have been L. Yeah, these should have been centered. So I'm going to show you a quick way how to get rid of that. So I'm just going to go to Modify, Search and Replace Names, and I'm going to search for underscore L underscore, and I'm going to go to Replace underscore C underscore. So for center, and hit Replace, and that will replace all of them with underscore C. And I am going to make another joint. Hit Y. I'm going to hold V and drag it right there. Hopefully it's right on top. Good. And this will be called the hips override underscore JNT. Okay, beautiful. So we'll get back to those in a second, and I'll explain what those do. Now, the hand is a little bit tricky, so I'm going to enter to execute that. We need these to be kind of straight and to kind of go in the angle that they are in. So it's a little tough to do. I'm trying to think of the best way to go about doing it right at this moment. So what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a joint chain. Okay, I'm going to do it right from the top here, roughly in the same direction as this. So I'm going to draw a joint, and I'm going to hold X to grid snap. I'm going to go boom, 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 because there'll be roughly 4 in there, right? So there's my 4 joints. Now I'm going to do is use this view to pull them up. Okay, pull them up, and man, it doesn't let go. Okay, let go. There he goes. All right, and I'm just going to start with the index here. Boom. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and after frame. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to E to rotate. All right, and what I want to do is see how the blue lines here? That's the z-axis. That's the main one I want to use. So I want to make sure that that is facing like this direction, and the X should be in this direction because that's the roll. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of go like that, and I'm going to try and move this into the center of mass as best as possible. All right. And I'm trying to get in between those three edge loops here. See the three? That's that knuckle. I'm going to rotate it out like this. And we're going to say that's okay. I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to pull it straight down. You cannot move it in any other, just the red. Okay, just the x-axis. I'm going to pull it straight down like that. Good. And then I'm going to rotate this down towards the fingers. I'm going to go down another joint chain. I'm going to move that down like so. Okay. I'm going to move down and move this down again. So if I look, and I want to go right to where, right to where the tip of the finger is. And that looks, take this and rotate this back a touch. Take this one and rotate this one this way. Okay. So it should look like that. All right. And I'm just going to go ahead and rename these. So we're just going to call this one index underscore L underscore J and T. Oh, sorry, not index 01. Okay, index 01 underscore J and T. All right, Command C. Hang on one second. Okay, yeah, it's still working. All right. Okay, camera acts weird. All right, so go down here, and I'm gonna rename this one. Commands. Crap. All right, we're just gonna call it index 02 underscore L underscore J and T. Let's make sure I copy this. Command C, enter, move down. All right, Command V, and call this one 3, and move down. Command V, call this one 4, and we're going to call it END, not JNT. Okay, so it's the end joint. Beautiful. Now what I can do is actually just duplicate this. So I'm just going to Command D, duplicate it, and I'll move it over. And I'm going to try and angle it so that it's roughly into the hand in the same way. So that looks okay. This is okay. So I'm looking at it, and I think this is going to come back this way a touch. And that one looks okay. This looks like it's bent a little more than it needs to be, and definitely the last one's a little bit longer. Only pull it on the X though. Alright, and this could actually come down just a touch as well. Take this guy, push this one back a little bit. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is a quick way to kind of replace all these names. So it's like the first one, I'm going to go modify, modify, search and replace names, and I'm going to look for, in this case, index, and I'm going to replace with middle. Okay, and I'm going to hit apply. And you're going to see, I got to get rid of that one though on there, but then if you look, you'll see now all where it says index is now middle. So I'm going to take this, duplicate it again, and I'm going to take it, move that over, and try to put it into a closer position. I'm going to look at this too. Actually, I'm going to hit E, and you can see it's not quite curled in the right direction. It should be more like that. Okay. I want to make sure that that the blue is going in the right, like going through the finger in the right direction. Okay. So I'm going to look at this one. You can see that's got the same problem. So I got to rotate this so it's moving in the direction that the finger is in. Right, like that. Okay, and it could probably move up and over a touch. This could come back a little bit, and this is also got to rotate down because see it's starting to get outside the finger there. That looks good. This has got to rotate up a little bit, and this next one's got to come back towards it a touch, like so. See, these fingers are a little crooked here. Did a bad job modeling this apparently. And this has got to rotate this way a little bit. Okay. And that looks okay. So this time I'm going to search for middle, because that's what this one's called, and I'll replace it with ring, and I'll hit apply. And good. Now the first one, I just need to take that one off now, and I'll duplicate this again, and I'm going to put this over here, and you can see that this needs to kind of rotate like that, and I need to move it down and in more. And rotate this up And I'm going to rotate my roll so that's going in the right direction.